It's your boy Good in the house, back with another bang on video. Yes, the video is bang on because we've got to address certain issues. Of course, we're going to talk about the North London derby because we got some news and views, and of course, some beautiful transfer news as well. I'll just straight away go into it. I'm not even less. I'm least excited about it, but also the first thing that came out is that Arsenal executives Vinay Venkatesham visited Arsene Wenger recently to reiterate that there is an open invitation to come back as a guest of the club. Next year, it is expected a significant tribute to him will be unveiled at the club, and it looks like the man is going to get a statue. Let's move on. The Mirror say Ozil believes he will be to join another club. He will be likely to join another club, but it is unlikely to leave. He is unlikely to leave before next summer. Ozil has made it clear he wants to stay and fight for his place and doesn't want to leave in January. And his contract includes loyalty bonuses and incentives for him staying. However, when you talk about more stuff, well, Tanja and Dobley declared himself unfit yesterday morning. That's why he was not there. And a big trolling moment for Granit Xhaka by FC Augsburg. So somebody named Tom tweeted that Augsburg is Xhaka's level, to which Augsburg quoted and retweeted it with the title "Respect Us." Even Augsburg believes that Xhaka is not their level. My God. Oh, what an epic level of trolling, man. Epic level of trolling. मतलब गजब बेइज्जती है यार. And Arsenal's next 6 fixtures include Dundalk, Burnley, Southampton, Dundalk away, Burnley home, Southampton home, Everton away, Manchester City at home, and Chelsea at home. Not easy, man. Not easy. However, Alexis Sanchez put out a candle for the Arsenal game on his Instagram stories. How cute is that? Lovely from Alexis, isn't it? But Jose Mourinho speaking after the Spurs, the 2-0 victory over Arsenal yesterday, he said, I want to congratulate Mikel because they gave us a tough game. They gave us problems because they are a good team and he is a good coach. However, Alex Scott has some comments about Arsenal. So the comments are, a couple of days ago, I was trying to see the bigger picture. I'm not panicking yet. You need to give Arteta time. They're going to develop a style, and then I look at this and my worry is you're going to face a Burnley team happy to concede crosses and be physical. Can Arteta get the results? Well, only Arteta knows. Well, however, let's talk about it. Well, there was a report there. Okay, Tottenham actually do not want, yesterday what we could see about Tottenham, that they actually don't want the ball. It's not about the possession, they just want the points. And we all saw that, of course, because Spurs held well under 40% of the possession in the game. 30.8% possession, that's it. For the third league game running, Spurs had fewer than 10 attempts at goal. With finishers like Harry Kane and Heung-min Son, those stats are not a concern to Tottenham's boss, or while they are winning matches. It's not even a concern for the fans, isn't it? Also, most crosses in a Premier League game this season, Tottenham versus Arsenal, 44 crosses, man. Fulham, and that's the first. Second, Fulham versus Aston Villa, 43, and Sheffield versus Wolves, 43 crosses. Also, a night to forget for Hector Bellerin because there have been 16 throw-ins, foul throw-ins in the Premier League this season. Hector Bellerin has been responsible for five of them, yes, 5 foul throw-ins in the Premier League for Hector Bellerin. That is next level. Also, Gary Neville, he was so angry with the foul throw, because of the foul throw that was awarded against Hector Bellerin. So Gary clearly hasn't been watching Bellerin this season because Gary was really shocked. Why is Hector Bellerin doing that? Also, James Benge tweets out, a great many players to perform up to the standards that you'd expect from Arsenal. They failed. Sil Williams' performance stands out for the wrong reasons. Veteran player kept slinging in crosses, 2 out of 16 created, passing the ball back, 7 out of 42 passes forward. Williams said last month that he was struggling to grasp what Arteta wanted from him. So far, no evidence that has changed. I suppose the question is whether that's on the manager to get through to the player or whether a veteran ought to be able to do more. However, Willian attempted 16 crosses yesterday. Only two players have attempted more in a single Premier League game this season, but to no effect whatsoever. And this is Arsenal's worst start to a league since 1981-1982. And talking about more stuff, well, Willian, he's got a lot of answering to do. But yesterday, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg's game by numbers: 100% take-ons completed, 100% aerial duels won, 61 touches, 8 duels won, 8 ball recoveries, 5 clearances, 3 interceptions, 3 fouls conceded, 3 fouls won, 1 shot. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. And XG, 0.27 for Spurs, 0.61 for Arsenal. However, Arteta tells beIN Sports that it looks like Partey picked up a similar injury in a similar area, and it does not look good whatsoever. And well, let's talk about more stuff. Arteta said they did everything. The players did everything I asked them to do. If you look at all the stats, they are in our favor. But at the end of the ball, it's about putting the ball in the net. Oh my God. However, let's talk about more stuff. Mikel Arteta's complete quotes. He says, in terms of the performance, they did everything that I asked them to do. Absolutely everything. And he was actually asked what Arsenal need to do to win the game. He says, simple, by scoring goals. Very simple. We need to score goals. If not, it's unsustainable. We need to put the ball in the net urgently. So let's talk about Tony Adams. Literally took Arsenal players to the cleaners. He says, Arsenal players overcommitted all the time. It's like you're going to score, we're going to score. Throwing caution to the wind is not the way we won trophies. It's suicidal football. For me, wrong decisions. I would have played Maitland-Niles just by judging the way Hector has been playing the last 3 games. And about Partey walking off the pitch for Spurs, the second goal, he says, when a player is walking off the team, it takes leaders to turn around and say, hey, actually we got a man down, so I do blame them for the second goal. The other players around have got to go. Oi, you sit in here. And Adams on Arteta says, don't get me wrong, I think that group of players he's got are a very poor group. He's trying his best. I think he needs to go back to basics and get a good back four and a couple of holding midfielder players and build from the back and don't overcommit. So, of course, he is Arteta in. And talking about more stuff, well, Arteta has confirmed that Partey is set for MRI after aggravating injury in yesterday's loss. So official quote from Jose Mourinho says it was a big game in every sense, not just because it was Tottenham versus Arsenal. I can imagine tomorrow's headlines will be about them not being in a good position in the table. But I believe with these players and Mikel, it will be Arsenal versus Tottenham again. And Tottenham are first right now. They are as many as 14 places above Arsenal in the top flight table this far into a season for the first time since New Year's Eve in 1959. And after yesterday's result, Arsenal have now failed to score in 5 of their last 7 Premier League games. 5 of their last 7 Premier League games. And talking about Xhaka, Gary Neville says he does about 800 fouls per game, and Arsenal are looking to keep 3 consecutive clean sheets away from home in the Premier League for the first time since May 2013. Let's talk about the news that we've got here, and this is one of the news that we've got here. The clubs with the most Premier League defeats: West Ham are at the top. Arsenal are way still behind than Chelsea. I don't think so. They can definitely, reach the next level. However, let's talk about the man of the hour, Paulo Dybala. Yes, Paulo Dybala. So let's talk about it. Paulo Dybala is reportedly, he's considering his future in Turin after being offered to a number of Premier League clubs. Well, Juventus are keen to tie him down to a new deal. However, talks have been stalled and he's looking for a new club now. According to 90 Minutes, Dybala is now ready to depart Juve, and big clubs are already informed about his availability. Manchester United, City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal and Tottenham have all been alerted that the possibility of Dybala is definitely present. However, Arsenal are still adamant to go into much more cheaper alternatives in the name of none other than Dominic Szoboszlai. Arsenal are very much interested in Dominic Szoboszlai, but the big question, can it actually go through? That is what I want to say, that is what I want to suggest. And one more news is running the rounds that, there's a company of who actually work with Massimiliano Allegri. Now they are sending a lot, as what they're sending, what, 500 uh, brochures, yeah, 500 brochures about the players, yeah. Dossier, I'm sorry. Third party agency has contacted Arsenal and given them 500-page dossier on how to improve the team. The agency is working on behalf of Massimiliano Allegri. He wants to manage in the Premier League. And this is big news. Arsenal have a big decision to make. Now, if you have actually come across with these news, a lot of Arsenal fan pages on Instagram have shared this to a lot of Arsenal fans on their posts, and of course. But in my opinion, that is coming from Indie Kayla News. I would never believe it. I would never believe it at all, because Indie Kayla is the last person that I would go and believe everything that is coming out of them. So if you come across these kind of news and if you try to ask me on Instagram, well, it's not true. Don't 100% believe it. Chillax. So these were the news of the day. I hope you enjoyed whatever came your way. All the views and news and everything about Arsenal comes platform every single day, twice. If you want to forget about the North London derby, join me on the live today as we do something else other than talking about Arsenal. Cheers.